Sean, if you weren't in this business, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't in the restaurant bar industry, I'd probably be a sugar daddy.
But how would you have the funds to pay women for sexual encounters?
No, I'm paying for sexual encounters. It's just, I'm there for it.
Difference from your free time.
And wait, how's that different from what you do right now? Thank you, Maria. Maria's already had more to this show than you do.
Let's be honest.
YUNKJunk!
What's up, Philadelphia, and welcome to episode, I don't know, because I've been drinking, of the Supper Club Sessions with myself and Sean McGranahan. Today we have two special guests, Shannon O'Neill and Maria, I'm sober, Junta. How's everyone doing today?
Well, that's not how you say my last name, but
How do you say your last name?
it doesn't matter.
Ganita?
It doesn't matter how you say it. So here's what happened today. So we've been away for a few weeks. We took a little sabbatical, I guess you would call it.
Sure.
And we took a few weeks off. We had to take care of some shit. I had some baby payments to make. Lou had some babies to make, and we needed some time off. Now we're back. And we said, hey, we're coming back. We're coming down and film this today. And two of our friends said, hey, can we join you? Fuck yeah, right? That's what we do.
Where are the two friends at?
They're coming soon. But until they get here, we have
Shannon and Maria. I love that.
So we want to welcome them to the Supper Club podcast. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Hey,
Like an ambush right now.
guys, do anything special today? How's your day been?
How's your day been?
We went to
Shannon.
happy hour.
We're at.
Okay, we're at.
Me and Ragazza.
Gia Magaza
Gia Magaza.
aren't allowed.
What
What
you
were
guys?
you drinking?
Yeah. What's your? Let me ask you a question. What's your happy hour drinks? Like, when you go to happy hour? What do you want to drink?
Well,
Body shots?
The cocktails on the happy hour menu.
Yeah, I go for like the most expensive on the normal that I get for
Cocktails.
the cheapest. Yeah. Okay. So you get your money's worth.
So what'd you guys get at me Ragazza today?
Who's it? The My Girl?
My girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in that?
Topped with Prosecco, so they say.
Doesn't matter.
With Prosecco.
So we love a good happy hour every now and then. We haven't been to a good happy hour in a while, and we wanted to make sure that, like, hey,
Right now is happy hour. Sure.
it's happy hour whenever I'm with you, Lou. Oh, sorry, I don't know what that was underneath the table, but
yes.
lots happened the past couple of weeks since you've been around, Lou. What have you been up to?
I've been working like a fucking asshole, Sean. What? Yeah. So I've been. I'm going to drink though.
Your boss sucks for making you work like an asshole.
He is a dickhead. So now, working, doing some, getting some projects completed, trying to get as much done now so I can kind of clear off the end of the summer where I'm going to tell my boss I'm taking all these fucking days off.
Yeah, I think you got the memo on it. You know what? In the weeks we've been gone, Lou is now the proud parent of an adult.
Of an adult.
How's that feel?
Fucking weird because
Like, you're not an adult, but somehow you have an adult who is an adult.
it's weird because Emily's the same age that her mom was when I started like hitting her off. So like it's just crazy that she's like
Creepy.
that old. Yeah, it's really weird. So Shannon, what have you been up to?
So
Rookies.
So Lou,
Never been. The two of them acting like they've never been on film before.
Yeah, but I think we're having an episode of The Giggles now. So a lot's happened in the past couple of weeks. I mean, we've been busy with some work shit. We've been busy with some personal shit. We took some time off. But I'll tell you what, one of the funnest things that happened in the past couple of weeks is we have a political thing going on in this world that is fucking hilarious. We've got two jokes of fucking politicians who are running to rule our world. Neither one of them could put a sentence together. Neither one of them knows how to tell the fucking truth. Both of them are octogenarians, or at least close to it. And we're all like kind of in this world, like being like,
this is really happening?
it's really like this, like there's nobody better. There's nobody better.
So two things. One, part of and me and Sean never really pre-discuss what we're going to talk about. We kind of just, fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
One of the things I was going to talk about, one of my topics was like things you don't talk about at bars. Religion and politics,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, but I'm glad you brought it up. And the other thing is like, one doesn't know how to tell the truth. And the one I just don't think knows, like, even if the truth's happening, they're just not conscious of what's going on around.
And that's why this topic isn't like the traditional like religion and politics at bars thing, because it's not like we're picking sides on us. We're all agreeing.
Dude, I'll
that
fucking
we're
pick sides
all
right now.
fucked. We're all fucked. Like we're like either side deserves anything from us.
I will
right?
alienate.
No.
Sean, I will alienate half our viewership right now and pick a side. Like the 8 people that watch us, I will get it down to 4.
Well,
Like 4 strong people will be like, that's our guy.
all I'm gonna say, if you vote for one of them, you're not on my team because I'm an RFK guy at this point. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'd rather go for the guy who I can't
Pro-brainworm?
understand a word he says
Yeah.
and says that fucking vaccines are all bad for you. I want him to actually have a speaker box. No, thank you for voting for me. Like
I should never have smoked cigarettes when I was a child.
like you know,
Vote for me for president.
you see the smoke coming out of his neck and shit like that, like trachea.
Like in Beetlejuice?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Rest in peace,
Shelley
Beetlejuice?
Duvall.
Oh, Shelley Duvall died today.
Yeah.
Maria's added her first contribution to the show today, and it's actually a good one.
Tell me your best Shelley Duvall experience.
Time to speak.
Speak up. Let's do
have
women empowerment right now. The mic's all yours.
So tell me your best thoughts about Shelley Duvall. So Shelley Duvall was actually in Popeye, right? That's my first experience with it, was when she played opposite Robin Williams in Popeye. And she played the best fucking olive oil you could ever fucking have. I was like, oh, my hero. And Popeye was like, and it was hilarious. But The Shining, her performance in The Shining is fucking phenomenal. Hands down, one of the best performances ever. And I heard like she was actually scared to death while she was on the scene for that, or on the set for that. But she was a great actress, and it's a shame because I know she had a lot of mental issues the past 5-10 years. But she was a great actress. Anything else about Shelley Duvall?
Maria, anything about mental issues?
No.
No. Shannon.
I haven't seen any of these movies.
Yeah, like this.
Well, they were all
past
made before
me.
you were born.
You brought it up.
This is a very old person
I feel
topic.
but I feel like these are like
You
classic.
brought it up though.
Well, I thought you had something more to say.
I did about the topic that you
He
brought
talked a lot.
up. Anyway.
Anyway, so Maria's here to basically sabotage the show. We figured that out right now as it is. Shannon's on the fence. She's like, I don't know, this could be cool, but
Waiting for
I might just watch this shit show go down. What do we wait?
That was all I had to
I know, I
say.
think I know about.
All I had to
so
say about Shelley.
I'll tell you what you can chime in. Shannon, here's something you can chime in, Shannon. What makes a good happy hour? So you were at happy hour today, right? You and Maria are doing your thing. I'm sure Maria guys is a cool spot, right? But what makes, if you're going out for happy hour, what makes holy fuck, we got to go here? What makes a good happy hour?
I mean, it can't just be the prices, because I feel like everyone's cheap with it. Like you go lower on everything, but it has to be the quality of the food and drinks. Has to be creative, has to be good food, has to be quick with it, because most people are in a rush when it's happy hour. So
Okay, no, good point. Is there a better hour for happy hours? So is it 4 to 5 is great, but 6 to 7 sucks, or if
I
you're
feel
going
like 5 to 7 is the best.
5 to 7, that 2-hour block of just
Yeah, when we get off work, it's not till 4:35, maybe even 5:30.
I mean, for you when you work day shifts.
For you when you
Yeah.
work day shifts and you're done at 5 and you get out at 8. Yeah.
Well, I hope you don't go before work.
No.
Oh.
I don't know anyone that's ever gone during work.
Anyway.
Anyway, I feel like a 5 to 7 is probably the best, or even a late night.
Late night happy
If you're
hours.
open late enough to have a
so
weekday
if you hear let's just say there's a good music or a good music vibe, will that outweigh the drink special, or is it the drink special that's going to draw?
I think it's the drink special.
Okay,
Drinks,
I agree.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to happy hour, you're going to get
Have you guys ever gotten
So,
Center City Sips?
no.
Yeah, it's
Where's your go-to spot, Maria?
I used to go to Pagano's,
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
but it was always so packed. The drinks were small.
bros.
You have to pay with card. You couldn't pay cash.
That is a weird fucking
It was
thing
so
with,
weird.
and I don't know if it's generational, and I know Sean's the way oldest person here, and then I'm not the youngest, but the more and more I go out now, it's cash is almost I mean, I guess we'll do cash. It's an afterthought. Whereas it's
But I feel like for people in the industry, they want cash.
Yeah.
who doesn't
More than
want
anything.
I would always want to do cash.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's not the standard anymore.
And at Pagano's, you couldn't tip on the receipt, I don't think either. So if I didn't have cash even,
They just weren't getting tipped.
I don't know. Yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird.
I'll Venmo you later. That's fucking.
Well, the line was so long, you can't even
bar
talk
where they
to
literally
them.
the bartender had his Venmo thing up, or Cash App thing up on the bar. I always thought that was kind of awkward.
well,
I put
Not
mine
in a
up.
bar. I feel like at weddings and stuff.
I've been to weddings.
I've
I've been to weddings
I've
where
been
it's
to a
been
couple bars before where they literally have when the bartender shift changes, they're okay, here's my QR.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
I think it's weird. I think that's almost like that whole idea of being forced to tip. It's being put in front of you. It shouldn't be forward. It should be. Listen, I'm tipping on. We've talked about this. We're tipping on the level of service. Okay, it shouldn't be that like. As much as we know that there's a standard that we live by and we won't go below a certain threshold, but it shouldn't be sit there and put in front of you. That's one of the things I hate about all these places that do the automatic gratuity. You know, I get it. You want to protect the staff. I totally get that. But from my perspective, like when it's forced in front of me, I'm like, but I was going to go more. But you just told me like 20%. Like I was going to go 50. You know, I mean,
I went to brunch for Emily's birthday on Sunday, and there was a 6% gratuity for the kitchen staff.
I've seen
and
that.
I'm just so it's so fucking
well,
funny, dude.
see,
and like listen, like
a lot, though.
like I don't mind tipping. Like it's cool. Like I've never been accused of being a bad tipper.
See, here's
but like 6% kitchen fee. Like, dude, pay your cooks.
That's exactly
fucking weird.
Pay them the right rate. Pay them what they deserve to be paid. Pay them above what you know. If you want to be a place that's known to be like a good place or whatever like that.
Where we went was a good place.
I know exactly where
place.
But I would not expect them to sit there and say, hey, we need to offset our kitchen pay by charging you an extra
meal.
percentage.
We can't afford.
Guess what?
Made it.
You paid enough for that meal because I know how much that meal probably costs. You paid enough for that meal from the breakout of that cost. That's what people are getting chintzy about it. That's where owners and operators of restaurants, they need to understand it. We're all in this together. We're all in this to try and make money together. And if you're sitting there saying that I need to charge on a different percent in order to pay my staff a fair wage, no, the fair wage should come out of the pricing of what you're producing. And if you did tack something on top of that, you're ridiculous. Now, I have been to places that offer a voluntary, would you like to tip? The back us, and I like that a lot.
I've seen menus versus like buy the kitchen staff round of beers, and like I've done that. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, yeah, buy them beers.
Absolutely.
And then but I've also joked with the server. I'm like, I kind of want to watch them drink it. I want to make sure that like going in like
sure they actually got it.
Not going to the register like, oh no, we bought the kitchen beers. Like, no, I want Jose back there to come fucking do a shot with me. Like, now.
We could get
But
into
see
that.
if it's slow.
We could get into that.
That 3% is getting paid. Like, are they still getting paid enough then?
That's my whole point. Is like if you're relying upon this extra percentage to make up the like if all of a sudden you decide as a restaurant operator, like, okay, most kitchen, I can tell you where I'm at. We don't pay less than 15 for our kitchen guys. Okay, so but like if they're sitting there saying like, okay, though we're gonna pay them 12. But we're gonna make up the difference by it's cheap.
It's shitty.
I think that's a horrible thing to do.
And as much as I'm against that,
Because again, that's also taking money away from the wait staff.
That's my point. Well, so 7 episodes ago, you and I had a big like disparity between our points of view. Where like I am so sick and tired of like going to CVS and the cashier flipping over a thing saying, "Hey, do you want to tip?" Like I'm not fucking tipping you, dude, because I feel like every time I tip one of these bullshit ass fucking fake jobs, that's someone that's not tipping a server or a bartender.
I
feel like if there is a pool of the money you have to tip.
Yeah, but like,
Let's just say I live.
CVS doesn't have
live on a. Let's say I only have so much money that I have, right? And I'm like, all right, like this is my bills. This is where I'm going out to eat, and I only have so much money to tip. Well, I just tipped the fucking cashier at Acme, so now I can't tip Maria when she's bartending, which she should get tipped. That's fucking jerked off. Fuck the cashiers at Acme.
I agree with you on some level with some of those things because
Disagree with me on
I've never been to Acme or
everything will be-
CVS where they ask for a tip. But like if I'm let's just say I'm at Acme and there's a guy who gives me good service, I'm gonna throw him a 5 or 10.
Good service. He fucking rings up.
Carry my
fucking
bag,
carrots.
show me where something was.
You have a guy at Acme who carries your bags?
If they offer.
What Acme do you go to? I go to Wegmans because I'm bougie and they don't carry my bags.
It might be my senior citizen discount. I'm not.
Yeah, AARP.
Yeah.
Wait,
when
do you
you
have the scooter?
I fucking hate so
When
much.
you're at the grocery store and it says like donate the rest of your change, yes or no?
No, fuck them.
It doesn't go. It doesn't
It's
go.
a tax thing.
It's a tax thing for the companies.
Because they've
It's
already
only-
paid that donation.
The
And this is paying
companies
company
make the
back for
donation and then get a tax write-off for the
I hate when
donation,
I'm
and they use my
It
money.
pisses me off.
But here, it's only a tax donation if you actually itemize. The amount of people that actually itemize on their taxes to sit there and say, no, I've given this amount in different charities and stuff like that is non-existent. I mean, that's you're talking about the top like 5% of earners in the country or something like that. The people who actually mean something for like a whole like donation or whatever, that's non-existent. when I do those change type of things, I'd much rather go and give directly to somebody as opposed to just give them the change or something like that. I don't want to, because there's actually companies out there. There's companies out there that will solicit you as a company and say, hey, would you like to donate some of your portion to charity?
No.
We're going to set this up for you. And we're going to make it so easy for you to donate, but we're going to take our administrative fee out of it.
No.
Exactly. Susan G. Komen. All right, I'll put them on fucking blast. Susan G. Komen, Breast Cancer Foundation.
Fuck cancer.
Okay. Oh, fuck cancer, yes.
Yeah.
So
Think about it for a
all
second, though.
ready to be like,
I don't know. Do I support that?
Susan G.
Really,
Komen,
I might be
I'll go back. I think it was probably like, I don't know, years and years ago when my mom first got diagnosed with breast cancer, and my ex-wife sat there and said, hey, we're going to do the Susan G. Komen breast cancer thing to raise funds for breast cancer, okay? They were told that as a team, they had to commit to doing the 60 miles. Okay, great. They walked 60 miles. Fantastic.
Great.
But they also had to commit to doing $2,200 per person.
Huh?
In raising funds. And if you didn't raise that $2,200 per person for the team, you weren't allowed to do the walk. Even if you got people to sponsor you that said, hey, you're going to do the 60 miles, here's $50 or whatever. But you weren't allowed to do the walk unless you raised a certain amount. It's such a fucking joke. And only 10% of the proceeds actually go to breast cancer funding. So you really got to be like weird about that these days, where it's like, do I really want to? I'd much rather, as opposed to going through even the Wawa, when you go to Wawa and you go, they donate to the Wood Family Foundation, which is a great cause or whatever. They have all kinds of good causes. I'd much rather walk out the door of Wawa and hand the guy who's holding the door for me $4 than put it in a donation, because at least I know he's going to get some good drugs out of it, and my donation is going to be wasted.
I would respectfully disagree, because I would never ever try to like encourage someone to be
Panhandler?
Like a panhandler. Yeah, I usually try to get like starve them out of my neighborhood.
but they
the
make
best-
a lot of money.
That's the problem.
He's saying
It amazes me how much money they make.
that's what he's saying. He's like, they've already making about money. Why am I going to give them more? I get it. I'm with you on that. I was exaggerating a little bit.
Okay.
I'd rather give to actual things that like I actually know like will benefit something.
Yeah.
Shout out, and I hope I'm not telling a secret that we shouldn't talk about.
Wait, it's only a rumor.
No, not that thing. So
We can bring that up.
no rumors.
Oh.
I spoke to Tucker over at Yards today. Shout out to Yards, by the way. If there is not a better Philadelphia-based beer company in the city, I can't name it if it's not Yards.
Tom Kehoe is a fucking legend. He started it right here in Manayunk. He built it up to one of the best regional breweries in the fucking country. The dude has passion. The dude walks into accounts and says, hey, how are you guys doing? What can I do
As
to help
the
you
owner,
out?
just walking into bars and shit, right?
You know that beer you're drinking? We should be drinking it right now, but we're not. Next time.
Mr. Bush from the Anheuser Company is
Exactly.
going into a corner bar and be like, how's the beer?
So shout out to Yards.
So Tucker said that they are, and it's been out of commission for a little bit, they're bringing back Pink, which, if anyone isn't familiar with it, Yards Pink was kind of like, it was like a cranberry shandy type of ale, and they used to donate to...
Grapefruit, wasn't it?
No, it was pink. It was pink because it was like the cranberry. But they used to donate to their breast cancer fund, the Tiana Foundation, and like they just made it was a flat number. Like, hey, every time you buy a keg, every time you buy a case, X amount of dollars right at the top goes right to it. And they discontinued it for the last couple of years because I've been trying to bring it in for seasonally and stuff like that. So I was talking to Tucker, who was a rep, and he was like, "Dude, it's coming back." So I'm pretty excited for that because it's a really good fucking beer.
Yeah, back.
It's a really good fucking.
And it's really good to support good causes. I mean,
Absolutely.
We're not complete dicks.
Unlike some. Speaking of Shannon, so outside of happy hour, I feel like the ladies haven't had enough time to talk today. And we used to have a segment called Sean's Soapbox, but I feel like Shannon's Soapbox right now
What does that even mean?
would
What's
be
bothering?
It would be like what's on Shannon's mind, and me and Sean are going to shut the fuck up and just give you like
God.
open forum to talk.
Get into it.
Pro woman,
Oh,
There ain't nothing to it.
you go girl. Yeah.
Today, Junior,
Hi.
feels like an ambush to me.
just talk about something you want to talk about.
Why don't men let women talk?
That's a great topic to get into. I'll talk about their topics. So they hate women with breast cancer and they hate homeless people, is what I gathered
Definitely true.
from the entire time you guys were spewing your nonsense.
Maria, if I could defend myself, I don't hate homeless people. I hate poors, and there's a difference.
you hate
You never
me.
struggled?
What's that?
You've never
Oh, I
struggled?
grew up in the struggle. Like,
Then why? Why hate them?
He hasn't learned empathy.
Oh,
you know what? I think you're right. Like, I recently read a
sense.
book called Confessions of a Sociopath, and I've identified. I've identified with so many characteristics, and I'm like, yeah, like I just don't value one in my life that doesn't bring immediate some sort of like benefit to it. I don't find like a reason to like
Live.
be at. Yes.
Are you in therapy?
I haven't found a reason for you to live.
I was in therapy. It was amazing. I highly recommend everyone
I
to
feel
do
like I
some
need
therapy.
to
still be in it.
Therapy is.
perhaps.
I feel like it.
You're probably not wrong. I don't know.
Say everything you just said about this book to the therapist.
Have you ever done therapy?
No.
No, have
I don't need
I
it.
feel like
That's all.
I was gonna say.
I'm perfect.
Shannon, let me ask you a question.
Oh, we don't
everyone
have
does.
to.
I have a question for the group.
I know what he's gonna ask. I
Has
feel like.
anyone ever seen like a warehouse?
Oh, okay.
Or like an industrial, like maybe an auto garage or something where you might see a sign that says like,
Okay,
it's
I
been 161 days without a workplace
So
incident.
it is targeted.
And you're like, oh, that's really good. You guys haven't had a workplace incident.
Safe environment.
Safe environment, right? Have you ever seen a sign that says it's been this many days since Maria's cried and the number's always 0?
Well, why don't we talk about the environment that makes the bartender cry,
You
perhaps?
made yourself cry one time from a sad song. Speaker, thinking about your boyfriend breaking up with you to it.
Because you know what? I learned
Well, which is crazy.
And that was just on you.
I learned
That wasn't even
empathy
made you
as a
that.
young child.
Was it a Russian song?
I'm actually going to go
Ed Sheeran.
against the grain on this one. I'm not going to spend much time about it. I don't see Maria and her boyfriend ever breaking up. Somehow they're like Legos. It just works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
me too. We can talk more about this. I like this
like-
topic. Yeah, I could get into this.
Yeah. So like, there's probably so you crying over that's probably the craziest thing you've ever done.
I'm gonna get a recording of everyone saying.
What song was it? Was it Mitski or someone you told me to play one day? You're like, no, let's put.
Baby,
Yes,
my
exactly.
baby.
And you just got all in
We'll
your
send
feels.
that to the
You got.
record companies.
Is that for American Idol? Can we, Dylan? Can we isolate?
Oh, I've been on.
Can we isolate Maria's
I've been on.
vocals, Dylan?
And just send it directly to American Idol?
Yeah, that's a no for me, Dylan.
Oh my
For
lord!
his
All right,
input.
so let me ask you guys a question because I'm an adult and I'm older,
Yeah,
much
you
older
fucking are.
than all y'all. What are some fun TikTok trends that the kids are doing out there these days?
Oh,
They make fun of people that
I
say the
actually
kids.
hate that one.
that one
hilarious.
is
You know what's
your
hilarious?
demographic.
You know what I love? I love
For
the fact
sure.
that the Haktua girl, like there was all these like rumors about her, like, oh, she's a preacher's
Yeah.
kid, oh, she's married. And she's like, nah, I just sell springs in Kentucky. Yeehaw!
And spit on dicks.
I know it exists. I have not seen anything. We're on very different sides of the internet. I think it's your demographic. I think.
Your For You page is different than mine.
Maria,
Oh, I think so.
I know you're
It's
probably.
a little different though. Like for mine.
yeah, I don't go on TikTok a lot though.
I know you're probably not one of our 6 viewers, but we've had this conversation before with me and Sean, where like somehow he's on sorority talk, and it's not for the reason
Plus, he's a
that he
pervert.
probably should.
I like the dances. They do dances.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
name one.
It only
and do one.
once a year.
Yeah,
While we're at it.
It's only
it's-
once a year when they happen.
They do the thing where they like they're getting all the
And
the
what song is
pledges
this?
to come
Recruiting,
along.
yeah.
Recruiting, yeah.
Wasn't the name of your sorority?
But then
does it
every
go-
one of them has to do one a year, and then they come back the following year with a
See
new
them in,
one.
like a week.
How
No,
long?
I'm waiting for what the new one's going to be.
Sean's favorite sorority was like,
University of Kentucky, #1.
oh, there you go. I thought it was Fight a sophomore once.
Roll Tide.
Anyway, Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yeah. Listen, I don't do social media that much, but when I do, I do it for fun and mindless engagement, and sometimes it has to do with sororities. I don't know.
I abhor
So just
social media.
I don't control what goes through my feed, right? I mean, I
You
don't-
literally control what goes in your feed. Right? You literally have hand-on control of what shows up on your
usually
feed.
hands off. It's usually just all. Never mind.
You're like the one
Another
Republican.
shout out to my godmother, Aunt Pat.
You're like when the one
Spewing?
Republican senator was grilling the guy from TikTok, and he's like, "How come it's always gay dudes on my feed?" And it was like, "Who's going to tell him?" you know, there's a reason.
So you're
Every time I'm on TikTok, it's dudes making out with dudes. How do I get that to stop? Stop looking it up.
so your feed sororities. Yours is just WWE. I know it.
It's a lot of
Maybe
WWE.
it's WWE.
It's a lot of mommy. It's a lot of shout out to Rhea.
Welcome
Ripley.
back.
Welcome back, mommy. Absolutely. Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know.
And I will
No.
You're missing out.
to not.
Yours was just players for a straight
Yeah.
run.
So you started watching wrestling with your boyfriend, right? I mean, so Mike got you in. So you're a fan now at this point? Like, would you consider yourself a fan, or you just watch it along?
Yeah,
with him?
not as excessive.
Oh, wait, no.
Like I don't know anything
Him-
from the past or anything.
Him
like, if
and my
someone comes
brother
back, I'm like, I don't know
and
what that
our
is.
boy Rocco are the three most
Shout out to
excessive
Rocco.
wrestling people
Yeah.
I know.
Brother.
You know, between the three of them, they probably have 30 belts. I mean, I don't know.
I only have one, and it's the one from my.
It says 29, and Rocco has
Well-
I mean, it's like it is what it is. But so are you a fan of it? Do you like watching it? And do you like watching wrestling at this
I
point?
do. Yeah.
What do you like about it?
The storylines are really entertaining.
Great.
And like there's just a bunch
They're
of plot
phenomenal.
twists. Like I know it's all everyone says it's all
I get it.
scripted.
Fake.
But I'm like, but think about it, like that shit hurts.
Hunter said it's
Anything
like
they do-
a movie
Oh, they're
about
good athletes.
like,
They're good athletes.
hurt.
I'm not down that. Yeah.
Like it
I remember the
That
good old
shit-
days where like Undertaker had like came out of like an actual grave or something like that before, and like crazy shit like that shit was fun. I haven't really watched these. I think I was at WrestleMania. If we talked about that.
I was at WrestleMania with myself, Casey, Emily, and their uncle Sean. But
Ooh.
I think it was.
yeah,
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, but I think there's some documentation.
there's video evidence of you being there.
But yeah, listen.
Speaking of video evidence,
Yeah.
I actually have nothing for that one, but I just wanted to see if anyone would claim up when I said that.
I feel like you
Sean pans to the
anything.
I don't have any video evidence of anything. What are you talking
You can
about?
check the hard.
Can I see your phone real quick?
Gonna shut this down.
Just delete
Yeah.
your search history real quick.
Yeah.
Ray, what kind of nerdy fandom? So, like, me and Shannon are into wrestling, and Sean's into Star Wars.
Ooh.
What would be your guilty pleasure?
Well, none of them are
skip right
guilty because
Great. I love that.
I don't
Own
feel
that shit.
guilt for pleasure.
Isolate that vocal only.
Ooh, well, Drag Race,
Mini.
RuPaul, thank you. They
You
did
have
do
been on that kick.
they did do a wrestling competition in season 5, I think, and they all
Are they
the drag
wrestling
queens.
each other?
Yeah, they had to do like a WWE. They were really good at it. They were really good.
Flips and
I feel like they would
It
be
was
good at it.
crazy
Yeah.
because they were trained by wrestlers.
Oh.
Or like coaches or whatever,
Yeah,
but
sure.
they had the whole storylines. They had to come up with storylines. It was so crazy, and it looked a few of the groups looked so real. It was, but I'm not gonna ever watch wrestling. I will watch drag queens wrestling.
You watch drag queens wrestling.
So RuPaul Drag, it's a great show. I mean, we've all watched it at some point. Me
Shout
and
out
Lou,
Toasted Walnut.
me and Lou back in the day. So we had a friend Pam who
should
was
get on
working
there.
at a place called Toasted Walnut. It's no longer a business.
R.I.P.
But it was a great bar down on Walnut Street.
It was the lesbian bar in
Yeah,
the city of Philly.
yeah. It was actually the last solid lesbian bar in the city.
Yeah.
And they
Right around the corner from Woody's.
Yeah, we had a good time there.
Much better clientele. Much better
at
drinks.
the time, on Thursdays, they did a RuPaul Drag Race viewing party.
Dude, you would have thought you were at a sports bar for March Madness. People would fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
The place would be so full inside, there would be people outside watching
Inside.
RuPaul's Drag Race through the fucking windows. That's how fucking.
and
packed-
there's me and Lou standing in the middle, and mind you, it was a
like,
lesbian bar.
who the fuck let these guys in here?
for RuPaul Drag Race, it was a lot of gay men. So like we're sitting there right in the middle of that. We're getting hit on. We're having a good time. It was hosted by somebody. It was hosted by a queen. I'm not sure who. I can't remember, but very talented.
Yeah, you are right.
And
They
we
were
had such a
redhead.
good time. And then as soon as it was over, the whole place emptied out, and it was just us. And then it was like, okay,
So, you wanna get
lesbians
fucked up?
in.
Yeah.
Like it was like, wait a minute, what? Like we can't just hang here. Like it was very, but it was such a great.
Pam gave us like we had a pass though with Pam.
Yeah.
Like
and
she-
DJ
she
Boo,
cut-
wasn't DJ
and
Boo the
DJ
bartending?
Shout out to fucking DJ Boo Boo. I spit on her one time on accident.
Oh.
Not
Hate crime.
Not that way.
No, not in a bad way. So me and Sean were again, we were going to see our friend Pam who was bartending, and I was egregiously overserved. And I remember I woke up the next afternoon and I was not well. So I checked.
I put him home in an Uber, and he literally texted.
I
me,
text
like, how
Sean.
did I get home.
He's like, Sean's like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, I hope it wasn't like too bad getting in the house. And he's like, I didn't drive you home. I'm like, how'd I get home? He's like, dude, I put you in a fucking Uber. So like, I complete blackout, right? So no idea what's going on with that. Apparently, I fucking puked all over the fucking Uber. Like, it was a shit show.
I had overtip.
Right.
So like 3 weeks later go by, and I'm working at the bar I'm working at, and this girl comes in with like a fucking speaker in her fucking hand and like a tripod in another hand, and she's like, yo, where do you want me to set up? I'm like, yo, who the fuck are you? And she's like, yeah, I'm here for the fucking gay night.
You booked me.
I'm like, right. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you are. She's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. And she's like, from Toast to Walnut?
Pictures, like, hey.
Toast to Walnut? I'm like, Toast to Walnut? What the fuck? What are you talking about? She's like, do you not remember what happened? I'm like, no. She's like, you spit in my mouth. I'm like, well, I'm so sorry. How did that happen? And she's like, I was hosting karaoke and you were doing karaoke and your song was over and I went to get the mic off you and like you couldn't talk and you were spitting and you spit and I swallowed it. And I was like, oh my God, I swallowed your spit. And to make up for that, you bought the entire bar rounds, but only if they drank martinis, and which explained my $600 credit card fucking bill for the fucking night. And then you said, hey, do you want to have gay night at the bar that I run? And like, this was in the Northeast in like a very non-gay neighborhood. And here I am. And I'm like, set up upstairs. Sure. Let's fucking do it.
Didn't you book the Philadelphia Gay Men's Choir?
I booked the Philadelphia Gay Men's Choir. Yes.
It was so awesome. And like the owner came in and literally got this picture in front of like the Philadelphia Gay Men's Choir because it was a great night. Like those nights, phenomenal nights.
They were good.
It was good money producers. Everybody supported and everything like that.
Too.
But here's the owner of the place going like this with the picture like with the Philadelphia Gay Men's Choir behind him. And listen, that's the type of shit we love is the fact that
Shout out to
we
Gay
don't look
Boo-Boo.
at shit like that. We look at shit with fucking lenses that are just like, let's all just have a good time. There's no labels. You know me, I fucking hate labels. Don't put a label on anybody. But like, just let's all have a good time.
I like labels. I want to put people in boxes. I want to know who I hate and don't hate.
This world's way too short, man, to sit there and feel like that.
I want to know who I have to block on social media
I
and
wanna
delete from my phone.
I want to be in Wilt Chamberlain's bed. Just like line them up and
Like 10,001 or
and let's just fucking go. I don't care. Oh, did something slip with somebody else? Sure, no problem. It happens, you know.
You just hear like, it's all good, bud. Like,
listen,
thanks.
What's the term? Fluid? Fluid.
I like fluids.
I love fluids.
Nice.
No? So about fluids anyway. So let me ask you guys a question since it is kind of rare for us to have a female
Four
guest.
guests.
Yeah.
Are you our first female guest?
They're the first female guest.
And I think you can count on one hand the amount of times you've let us speak.
But by all means, the floor is yours.
So
What's the question?
let me
On top of being a female, Maria is also a professional victim.
yeah.
Well, absolutely.
So
And we
let
can
me
get
ask,
into
let me
that.
ask you guys a question. You guys are both, in the service industry, whether, long term or short term or whatever. What made you decide to get into the service industry? What made you decide to get your first job and what do you like about it? What do you not like about it?
I dropped out of college.
Me too.
Same.
Yeah.
And I was poor.
I feel like that's a lot of people
Same.
in this
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
We just become best friends.
And it's like
Would
the
you cry?
easiest, like,
And I am a victim.
No, same.
So
quick money. It was easy if you're personable with people. It's honestly just, it's not the easiest industry, but
It's not. Sometimes
get into it.
Sometimes we have hard shit.
yeah.
The one thing we always talk about is that like you can't take anything personal, and I know it's tough, but like.
And I will.
We've been in this long enough that I mean I remember when I was first in this business and I was a doorman and I was the guy who was shooting people down if they had a fake ID or if they were too drunk, and I had people spit at me, spit in my mouth,
you like that.
throw cigarettes at
Wasn't
me.
a question. She was
Call
telling
me every name in the book.
you like
But at the time, like I took the lesson on. Like they don't fucking know me. They don't know who I am. They don't know who I hang with or anything like that. Like they don't. It almost reminds me of that scene from Roadhouse where it's like, what if he calls my mama a whore? Well, is she?
Is she a whore?
They don't really know. All you are is just a symbol of what they want to get to, and that's it. And once I think I took that on as a mentality, like I love the industry because I could do whatever I want because all I want to do is make people happy.
Maria, what's your favorite part of being a bartender?
A super bartender.
Making money.
Okay. It's
wrong
absolutely.
with
Listen, there's no one's doing this like
the money.
No one's doing this because like I
do you
wake up
like
to put a smile on this
least
drunk
about
guy's
being
face.
a bartender.
Not making money.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that answer at all.
I don't know.
I don't think there's
what
anything
you
wrong
would
with that
want to
answer
do that.
at all. Do you have a preference on drinks? Like when you're dealing with someone, like is there hey, I'd rather make cocktails over shots or bottle beer over cans or like you know.
Obviously, like beers and shots, wines, like they're easier than cocktails. But if it's not that, if I'm not being rushed, if it's not like super busy,
Right.
I don't mind making the cocktails. It's fun.
Oh, so you do find like it's fun as shit to like.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just when I am feeling rushed or like
I'm not talking
there's
about
a lot. No, but there's like a lot going on, and I feel like I don't have time to put as much work into the cocktail, then I feel rushed myself.
Okay.
Then it's not as fun.
What would you say is your biggest pet peeve from a guest?
Thank you.
That comes up and sits at your bar. What's the one thing you're gonna roll your
Sit
eyes
at the bar.
and listen.
Yeah.
We're gonna preemptively eliminate that if they don't tip. Okay, or they don't spend money. We know that that's top of Maria's. But like, what is the one thing that you're gonna be like? This is a fucking jerk off, or this chick's a fucking bitch.
They're fucking awesome. I got them all night. I'm gonna take care of them. They're good people.
Well, the pet peeve, like if the whole bar is open, but there's like 2 spots that clearly people just got up from and I haven't eaten up yet, and they sit down at that spot.
And then say, well, where's my drink?
Can you wipe this
dirty
down
here.
for me? Like it's sticky.
I know it is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wipe it down in like 32
there's
seconds.
still plates there and empty glasses.
There's 6 other seats you could have picked.
So
When they come in and no one's sitting there and they're like, "Is this open?" And I'm like, "There's literally nothing
Use
on
your
the bar
best-
right now." And I'm like, "Yes, it is. Thank you." That annoys
It's like
me.
when people
do you
call
ever
me
sit there
on
and
the
just
phone
be
and
like,
hey, you
no,
like,
and then just pass along and make them feel
world, though.
comfortable? Sorry.
No,
We're
you
both
got
talking.
Maria was going. So people sitting in a dirty section is a pet peeve, right?
Yeah.
What tells you someone's gonna be a good customer?
When they walk in, well, not all the time, but they'll come in and be like, just in a good mood and be like, I'm a server too, take your time. I'm a bartender too.
Cool.
See, sometimes I do hate when people say that though.
Yeah, because I'm like, when was the last time?
Because then
you
it's like
served?
they're gonna be like they're gonna judge you.
And also, I
That's
know
what
people
I do. I go to restaurants and I'm like, oh.
who used to
like-
serve have a different job now, not in the industry, and they're like, oh no, I'm a server too. I'm like, well, you're not anymore.
I find it.
I'm thinking of one exactly.
Where'd you serve at? Well, I worked the customer service counter at McDonald's, so I know exactly what you're going through.
I deal with some bullshit though at McDonald's though. I probably would
listen,
not
I
deal
don't
with
care.
Close a window for any of
would
us.
not-
Like you're stuck back there.
Can we
You can't really-
listen? We've
yeah.
talked about this before.
just go to the back.
Like when it comes to like people like there's certain things on a resume that I actually like think are good things. When people put on an application like, hey, I worked at like let's just say Applebee's, Fridays, McDonald's. I know that they've all had good training. I know that they went through good systems. I know that they know how to do something as I'm going to prescribe them to do. So like those are actually like bonuses to me. If they've worked at those places, like if you worked at McDonald's, you know how to deal with customers.
I look
I'm
at
not
if
gonna
you
lie.
work at
My first
McDonald's.
job.
I look at it like if you were like the police force and someone said like, dude, like I did fucking 2 tours in fucking Iraq. You were like, oh, you were in the shit.
Exactly.
Like
You know it.
You know what the fuck's up, right? If someone shows up like, I worked the counter at McDonald's, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, thank you for your service.
If I get-
go USA and you're hired.
If I get somebody who has on their application, I worked at the Fridays on City Line Avenue, like you're literally hired immediately.
Right.
Like you're literally like, here's the keys. You're my new GM. Like you know how to deal with all kinds of bullshit. It's the highest volume Fridays in the company, and
With
yeah.
a clientele that leaves a lot wanting.
So it is what it is.
If you guys think I cry a lot now, you should have seen me at 14 years old working at McDonald's as
Were you
my
a
first
McDonald's
job.
girl?
Yes,
What were you doing?
I worked the front counter.
At 14?
Yeah.
Dude,
That was
McDonald's
my
is like a
first
diamond
job.
mine in Africa. It's like blood diamond.
They had on their
If she
billboard,
dies, she dies.
now hiring 14-year-olds, and I went in,
I don't even think it's legal to have that exact wordage.
and I got
Now
hired
hiring
on the
14-year-old
spot.
Girls.
For the record,
Not something you could put a sign on.
for the record,
it's a
that's never been a
girls.
sign in my apartment ever. Okay, minimum 18. Okay,
Jesus fucking
you
Christ.
check ID at Sparrowway Productions. Okay,
Mr.
Simple as that.
McDonald, what is wrong with you?
So, so you did work with us. So you experienced
Yeah.
that. So
It was the
get
worst
that, yeah.
job I've ever
'Cause
had,
you have to deal with a lot of bullshit.
and my
right?
manager hated me for no reason.
Kind of like us. So.
She was so happy.
remember.
No reason?
Yeah. Oh, I know. The way she was skipping around, I had never seen her happier any other day than on my last day working there as a 14-year-old child, and she was in her 20s.
What's that tell you about that 20-year-old fucking dumb fucking cunt out to where she's like, hey, like, I showed a 14-year-old what the
Right.
fuck's up. Like,
Right.
your life sucks, Jen.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what
Well,
made your day,
wherever she is
you don't
now,
get fucked enough. You don't
I
make
hope
enough
she's
fucking
happy.
money. No one loves you. Like, you're a shitty fucking person. So fuck her anyway. She's
What
probably
about you,
dead.
Sham?
I don't know.
What are the things that you like to see when you go out to places, and what are the things you don't like to see when you go out to places?
I don't like, I know sometimes it happens, but I hate when they're just sitting in a group talking, like workers.
Oh yeah, I
If
hate
it's-
that.
Is that the manager in
If
you
it's
coming
not-
out?
no, but if it's not-
like, whoosh, why
If
aren't
it's
you working
not
harder?
crazy
Why are you having
busy?
For the
If
for
it's
the
not
record,
busy, I get it.
Lou's whip has nothing to do with the actual show, so that's his own personal thing.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, but there's like when
whip.
people are like just gathered together, like kind of cackling around.
If it's dead, like completely dead, and like you barely have any tables, I kind of get it. But if you're busy and I still see it, that pisses me off.
Are you like, service? Where's
also,
my
like,
service?
Coming from corporate, like how like a couple places you mentioned, the way I was taught was you have a 1-minute greet, you have a 5-minute, a 7-minute, a 6, and a 2. All these are checkbacks and things like times you had to have it there. So when I go out and I think I'm like, oh, they didn't meet their 1-minute greet. Oh, But that's me and Mike do it in the back of our heads.
Taking
It's like
notes.
we trained it. It's drilled into our brain.
I'm
we
just
train
gonna
this
put
into
my notes
others.
in.
Like, I literally like I was like, I want to be a shop sometimes for restaurants.
She makes
like,
me have my
pay
riblets
me-
wear.
Pay me to be a shop, and I'll go out there and be like, this bitch. I would love to do
Every
that.
email Shannon sends
Yeah.
starts with this bitch.
those shops are such bullshit. So I'll tell you a funny story. So I used to work at a place that did mystery shops, all right? And they graded you on it, and like they would sit there and hold you accountable for it. You got bonus on it, like whatever it was. So what did I do? And this is very disreputable of me, but I found out who the company was, and I applied to be mystery shoppers on it. And I literally would wait.
Can I
I would
apply?
wait for like the shopping jobs to pop up, and
I'll do that.
and all of a sudden it was like perfect score. Hey,
Love that.
$25. Perfect score. Hey, $25. Because it's such bullshit.
It is bullshit.
You know, so I said, you know what? Since it is bullshit, I'm gonna use bullshit to my advantage. So I literally, I mean,
Treat it as such.
maybe there's gonna be a Netflix documentary about this someday, kind of like McMillions or whatever. But like, I literally had like 3 or 4 people that like worked with me, like, give me your email. You're gonna get $25 free. That's gonna be reimbursed to you. I'm gonna make sure you have a check that you can produce, and you're gonna have a perfect score for this location. And that's
And just keep coming back in, and we'll keep doing the same.
and
we'll
listen,
keep running the fucking.
It just
sheet,
shows
bro.
that the wheel is bullshit. Sometimes the wheel
Well,
needs to
it's the
grow.
same thing as Yelp. It's like it's people that don't actually want to put the effort into actually seeing how their own fucking story is, so they have mystery shoppers. come
Yeah.
in. And it's like I don't want to fucking. I
don't wanna-
I
they don't wanna
just
see
want to
the
get a
manager.
check, collect a fucking right. So just go tell me how it is. I'm just like, well, you don't fucking care.
Right.
So why the fuck do I care?
So where I was, they had their own, like it was them. Like the actual corporate itself sent people out.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it was like they actually got scored, and it would fuck up your store if you did bad, like big time.
Yeah, but here's the problem I have with that is that, like, I get it that like they would have their own program in there, but and the whole point is like, oh, we're seeing things from the guest perspective, but you have to sit there and look at things from the whole place perspective. Like, what's the management doing at that time? They might walk in there on that one particular shift where 3 people called out. They don't know what the fuck happened, but what their experience is going to be is like, okay, this is what the fire drill happens when we need to sit there and pick shit up because somebody called out or something like that. They're not going to give you any bonus points for that. They're not going to sit there and take it into consideration. That's why, like, when I look at when I get guest reviews and stuff like that, I really look at it from the whole perspective, because is there shit that goes wrong in restaurants and every business? Fuck yeah, we know that. It's because we're dealing with humans, okay? We deal with the whole human factor. Do we want things to be perfect every time? Sure, absolutely. Did I really ruin your fucking day?
Right.
Because your burger came out 16 minutes instead of 13 minutes? Did it really ruin your fucking day? Are you really that much disenfranchised? You're never to go out to a restaurant ever again because that happened?
Ruined cheeseburgers for me in general.
And that's where, like,
Have you considered suicide?
I mean, okay.
And so this will be the last episode of the Supper Club sessions when we get podcasts.
Are we okay, ladies? What you guys? Are?
Yes.
More beer! More beer. Since we're getting canceled now, that actually brings me to the topic I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
And that is, if you weren't in this industry, what would you be doing? Or in Sean's case, on the poll, would you be a male dancer, Sean? So we'll go clockwise, I guess, or counterclockwise. We'll go with Sean. And Sean, if you weren't in this business, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't in the restaurant bar industry, I'd probably be a sugar daddy.
But how would you have the funds to pay women for sexual encounters?
No, I'm paying for sexual encounters. I'm there for it.
Difference from your free time.
And wait, how's that different from what you do right now? Thank you, Maria. Maria's already had more to
honest.
this show than you do.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Listen. My whole goal in life is to make people better and put smiles on people's faces and keep their pockets filled. So
When are you going to start that?
I would do whatever I possibly can to do that on any given day.
Paying young women to exploit themselves.
No.
No, they don't have to be young.
They don't have to be young.
Okay.
I like MILFs too. I mean,
Listen, if you're like a 38-year-old divorcee, single mom,
MILF Manor.
holy shit, is that Sean's fucking...
it's like between like 36 and 44, single, divorced, 2 kids. It's
They
like
call
literally
it like the Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
oh, well,
it's not too hot. It's just right.
we need a Sean.
Have you watched MILF Manor?
No.
What does
You
MILF
should.
matter?
I would like it. I think.
You would love that.
Is it a Netflix show?
Is it on
It's
OnlyFans?
on HBO.
it on the Hub?
Okay.
I think it's MILFs.
Taking notes.
It's a MILF dating show with young men, and you wish that was you.
No.
But there's twists.
I like
So
the-
there's
I-
two
I like-
seasons.
I like-
There's a
I like
twist
my
every
position.
Season. The first season, the twist was it's MILFs
But she's
and
a
all their
dude.
sons.
Oh.
And they
no,
it's
no.
Date each other's
Whoa.
sons. Not
No,
date their sons,
that
date
is
each other's sons.
Yeah.
weird.
You've never seen that video before?
All the MILFs and all their sons.
No.
The second season, it's MILFs, young men, and then their dads come. That's the twist. All
Do
their
they show up
dads-
also?
No, the dads just come.
They just come.
Well,
It's listen, I think I've seen
But
that.
stepmom, my dad's right here.
I know, like,
so messy. It's
stepmom, dad's,
sure it
dad's
sounds
never
messy.
treating you well. He's always away at work, you know? Maybe you just need to be cuddled.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
If I wasn't doing, I'm in the hospitality business. My job is to make people happy, put smiles on people's faces. I get a sense of immediate gratification from making people happy, whatever way that possibly happens. So that's me. Maria.
Maria, if you weren't a star tender, what would you be doing with your life?
Is this if I had money to finish my degree? If I wasn't
whatever
a
you want.
victim?
In a perfect utopia, what are you doing for a
What do you
living?
want?
Just a rich housewife, I suppose. I don't want to work for a living.
Rich house.
But if
So
you
you're
had
doing
to-
your husband.
Huh?
That's just so you're doing your husband then. If you're
Well,
rich.
yes, I would love my husband
All right, so
because he has
trophy wife.
money.
You-
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, I don't want
But
to work.
if you weren't, if that was
but-
an option, what would you be?
But if you had to work,
But communists don't make money. They share their money.
if you had to work,
Well, I don't know anything about communism. I know about socialism.
Yeah,
Like,
they share the money. They
God.
spread it through everybody
you have
else.
a job, like a career path, like where you punch the clock.
Must I?
Yes.
Well, currently you must, obviously. So if it was just something different, what would it be?
Oof. Ooh.
What'd you go to school for?
She's gonna cry about having
well,
to work.
I
at a
am.
job she doesn't even work at.
Public relations, but I did not like it
Oh.
at all. It was so boring.
Yeah.
But I would probably go back just to finish that.
What does
It's the-
public relations do?
Like,
if you have a degree in that, what job do you
like
get?
if you were public relations for a company, you could be like crisis management if they were canceled.
Spin.
Or, like if
It's called the spin.
yeah. If like a natural disaster happened and it's your company's fault, you have to release a press statement or whatever. or just
You'd be good at that.
copyright.
I think PR
Bullshit artist.
I could spin stuff.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
definitely could.
PR artists, the
I should go
uniform
back.
requirements and knee pads and lip gloss.
If you
I
want to
subscribe.
pay,
No, you go.
no, if you want to pay, like, if you want to give people money, I'll go back to college.
I'm very generous.
Like,
I'm very generous.
I subscribe to the philosophy: if you don't apologize for anything, then you don't need someone to apologize for you.
yeah, you're not supposed to.
Shannon,
That's their whole thing.
Yeah, don't apologize. Never apologize.
Perfect
'Cause
world, Shannon.
apologizing is conceding guilt.
Well, no, it's like you're not supposed to
also
apologize
for-
because you're
Shannon,
taking
perfect
fault.
world.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like if you
Yeah.
apologize, it's like you're saying you're at fault.
Besides work with
You're gonna
us.
apologize.
Okay, well, this is,
I might say things like, "I'm sorry
I feel
you
like
feel
you're
that way."
using this in your personal life. I'm talking about the corporate
I'm
world.
sorry that's how you feel
Yeah,
about the situation.
yeah.
Shannon,
That's the not empath in you coming out.
so you would be a psychiatrist, obviously.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna go for sociology and criminal justice.
Legend.
I wanted to
Sociology
be in
and
criminal
criminal
minds.
justice.
I wanted to be criminal minds.
Okay. Side note, unrelated to anything we're talking about. Did you ever see the movie Identity?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
You
When
should
did
watch
that
it.
come out? 1964. Like what?
I hate you as a person. So I'll just say that right now.
Lewis, if you weren't my bitch, what would you want to do with
Jesus
your life?
Christ. Hopefully, I would have a sugar daddy. I wouldn't have to do anything. I would just fucking work.
I said if you weren't my
Work.
bitch, I'm right here.
If I wasn't in the business I was, so I've actually had, this is only my third job ever. So I did have a job. I was a mailman. Loved the job.
A mailman.
I was a mailman. Yeah, I worked for the government. I was in a union. I was like fucking blue collar.
I'm here to deliver the package.
I got I tried to fight a customer one time on my route.
a customer, just someone in their own home.
You got fucked by a
You
pig.
not to think I'm mad at you.
I pissed. I was delivering my route. I had a route, and some guy started following me on the street. He's like, "Yo, dude." I'm like,
Yo.
Are you in the uniform?
I'm like in the uniform.
Wait, did you do the shorts and the hat?
When
And
it was
the
hot.
bucket hat?
No, there's no hat. The hat's it's a myth. That's like an old school thing.
I've seen them more than.
And he's like, "You skipped my house." I'm like, "I didn't skip any fucking houses," because sometimes you do skip houses.
Look in the mail.
Like,
Did you ever
If
skip
they don't
routes?
have mail.
what's that?
Did you ever skip routes?
You can't skip a route. Is the entire
That's the
8-hour
whole
day.
thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever skip a route?
No, it's not.
I'm
It's not
asking. I'm asking. I'm asking.
But you do skip houses. Like if you're on a driving route and like the mailbox is obstructed, but like trash or something.
So
Like
you never said, "Yeah, I delivered that route."
no,
You never.
no, I've never done.
missing the whole.
You're missing.
Yeah.
No, that's the whole day.
I find it hard to believe. But, okay.
So anyway, the guy thought I missed his fucking house, and I didn't miss his house. And he was like, "Well, it's tax day." I'm like, "Dude, well, I don't fucking care. What does that have to do with fucking me? Like, I'm delivering fucking mail." He's like, "Well, if I don't get the mail that I need today, like, I'm going to jail." I'm like, "I guess you're going to fucking jail, dude." Like, he's like, "Well, what do you think I should do?" I'm like, "You should
Go to
probably
jail."
No, so I said, "You should probably pay your fucking taxes." He's like, "Well, we'll see what your fucking postmaster has to fucking say about it." I'm like, "Cool." So like, here's so like, I give the guy the address for the fucking postmaster. I'm like, "Cool." Like, go here and talk to him. He's like, "So what do you think I should do right now?" I'm like, "I think you should go back inside your fucking house." And he's like, "Well, what if I don't?" I'm like, "You're probably gonna get knocked the fuck out." Like, and this was like
You
real.
in the mailman uniform also.
Yeah, I know.
Like you're wearing like the high blue socks and like the short blue shorts and like.
Really was, but I was also in like a very, very, very like 1% fucking neighborhood where like everyone was probably used to like, "Hi, neighbor." And I'm from
Wallingford.
like the fucking hood of fucking like Northeast Philly Mayfair. So
You are.
I didn't give a fuck about shit. So yeah, I told the guy, I was like, "You're probably gonna get knocked the fuck out." He's like, I'm gonna go back inside and write an email." I'm like, "Okay." Like, if you write a letter though, I'll deliver it myself. So
I'll wait here for it if you want.
yeah, like I'll wait here. I'll put a stamp on it and everything, man. But if I wasn't doing this, like if it wasn't for the way that the government runs the post office, I actually really liked that fucking job. I did like 20,000 steps a day. I got paid to fucking exercise.
Why'd you
I was
leave?
fucking.
You got
No
recruited out.
offense,
Oh,
but I worked in a fucking union, and it was the like I would rather be on the receiving end of prison sex than work in a fucking union again.
yeah.
It was the worst situation. It was
It was that
tenured
directed
people who have been doing the job for so long that they're untouchable So therefore, you would have to pick up the slack of everyone that does fucking nothing.
So I recruited him for prison sex, is what happened. So
Yes.
I said,
I would go back to that. I loved the job. I hated who I worked
what
for.
are we giggling
They
about?
fuck me for. Like, what was that?
What'd you say fuck me for?
What was all that?
Can we get 50 cents chime in on that, Dylan, where it's like, what do you say fuck me for?
Can we see that, please? Thank you.
Yes, that would be great if we could get that.
So,
What do you say fuck me for?
right now, we have two special guests this week. We usually do this in
They are special.
largest ways.
Thank you.
So right now we're going to go around the horn and we're going to do an 86 list, okay?
86.
Oh.
Each one of us is going to do an 86. Ladies, what the 86 list is we 86 something, we want to fucking 86. Doesn't mean a fucking
Never want to
product,
see it again. Doesn't have to.
Never
do
want
it.
to see it again. Whether it be something something says, something does, something whatever fucking happens, whatever you want to fucking 86, okay? I'm gonna go first. Is that's all right? Just to make sure that they're okay, or do you want
You
to?
have more than one?
You can't say races though.
No.
Just letting you know, like it's not that kind of podcast.
Now you're expecting.
I think you know, Lou, that I don't 86 any race. Okay, I'm the most colorblind person there is.
Fat Joe or Big Pun, like I regulate every shit they ask.
Absolutely,
Sean. Right.
So what I would like.
Have you not already?
The whole time I've been thinking
There you
about
go.
it.
What
yeah.
I would like to 86 right now, and again with everything that's going on in our fucking world, with the fucking shit that's happening over fucking Israel and Gaza, shit that's happening, the joke that's happening with our presidential election, I want 86 all these fucking asshole octogenarians that think they know how to run our fucking world. I want 86 these people that sit there and make a career out of telling us what we should be doing and should not be doing. I want to sit there and get people in power, people who make decisions that have empathy for people around them, that care about the people around them, that care about the area they're in. They don't care about the fucking power. They don't care about how much money it's going to give them. They care about how it's going to affect the brothers and sisters standing next to them. I would like to 86 all these fucking old heads that think they know better than us. And I want somebody to step up, somebody who maybe doesn't have multiple DUIs, to step up and actually be a leader for us. Okay? That's all. I want to 86 all these fucking old heads who think they know better. Lou?
Maria, actually.
Cilantro.
Oh my God.
Why was I about to fucking say cilantro? Because it tastes like
It's
fucking
disgusting.
soap.
Cilantro. Also
I don't know
known
what
as-
all that was.
No,
but
take
cilantro.
it.
Has
Go on.
anybody ever actually said like, ooh, it tastes cilantro. It tastes delicious.
No, it
Maria,
tastes like
continue. Everyone shut the fuck up. Maria, continue. This is
tastes
important.
like soap and shampoo and even if it's the littlest tiny amount, it's all I taste. And it's so, if it doesn't say it on the menu,
That
I would
tastes
never
like soap.
I would never send it back, but like make sure you say that it has it in the description. Because that's all I'll taste, and it's
like it.
so nasty. You're
Coriander is
disgusting.
the
You're
worst thing to
disgusting.
ever go on food, and I never met anyone else that felt that way.
I've never
Cilantro?
met anyone
Yeah.
that said like, wow,
Coriander, cilantro, it's the same thing.
the cilantro tastes so good.
One's like the American word, and the other's like the Spanish word for it, or fucking whatever race it is. I
Evan
don't-
loves it, and he
It's
thinks
awful.
I'm a sicko.
I believe it's called Latinx.
I hate it.
No one calls it Latinx, by the way. Latin people don't call it Latinx.
Exactly.
You know who calls it Latinx? Professional victim white people call it Latinx.
Me.
Shannon,
Yeah, I've never met a
Shannon, what's on
Latino person who wanted to be called a Latinx.
Gaslighting.
Oh, I love.
Oh,
Gaslighting's not real, though.
on.
Here's the thing: you just listen to your
Luke,
friends.
you shut the fuck
And if you would just listen to your friends less,
Wait,
you would realize that gaslighting's not
Professional
real.
I air you
gaslighter.
out.
Oh
Shut
my
your
God. Go on.
You are the ultimate fucking gaslighter
You
too. And
really
it's
are.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's a real thing.
Anyone at work texting
Also-
Luke about anything, him deleting all his texts once he opens them, never looking at them ever again, and then you bring it up in conversation. I never got that. I never
Dylan,
heard
can you
about
make
that.
the ding sound when I do this?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Literally today, and you were like, "Please resend it," and I'm like,
Well, you sent it yesterday. I deleted it already.
Why?
hate him.
Why
"I
is
don't
that?
read it. That
hate him.
pisses me off."
Can we 86 Lou?
I keep every text I've had since high school for receipts.
Oh no, literally, I have so many receipts.
Voice
I love
memos too.
receipts.
They're not getting deleted, and
Because
I
it's
know.
you,
Lou,
especially.
Lou, are you scared of receipts? Is that what
That's
the
what
deal
it
is?
is.
Are you
That's what
scared
it
to
is.
see what you actually said?
You know, it doesn't delete from the other person's
Yeah.
phone. They
I
don't
need to
have
explain
it.
how my brain works.
I don't even know how your brain.
One,
You need
I'm
Adderall.
crazy. Alexa Pro.
Sociopath.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, if I see like a notification or like a thread or like of like texts and emails, like I can't get past that to go
Don't
about.
look at it.
I don't have the willpower to not look at shit. I have to delete it to make sure it's gone forever.
Don't look at the screen.
Forever. Permanently delete.
144 emails in
yeah.
there.
Oh wait,
116 texts.
What do I got? Oh,
128,000 emails.
All right,
I only have 9,300.
I just deleted Gmail from your home screen. So,
Yeah,
now it's gone. You're welcome.
128,000.
I really did it.
Please don't do that for mine. I need that. Thank you. Wait, can I add one on to my gaslighting?
Okay.
Weaponized incompetence.
Oh, I just heard this.
Because you don't know what it means.
No, someone we work with brought it up recently, and I
Weaponized
love it.
incompetence. So it's like it is
Wait,
mainly
weaponize incompetence? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said weaponize
it's like
incompetence. I was like, wait a
say
minute.
It's a man
so
thing.
I'll do a thing about like at the house. Like Mike will take out the trash, come back in the
Shout out to
kitchen.
Mike, fucking angel of a man.
Mike, you're a saint.
Saint.
Saint Michael.
Weaponize your incompetence. Anyway, so he will come in, he'll take out the trash, go back to the kitchen, get a water, sit down. I go out. I'm like, oh, why didn't you put a trash bag back in the trash?
He took the trash out. Why don't you put it in the fuck? Sorry, it's not my turn.
Why would you not
Exactly.
take the trash out?
Weaponize incompetence. Or it's like I'll say, hey,
Take the trash out, put a bag in before you
and then
take
take
the
it
bag
out.
out.
And he's like, well, I took it out. And I said, well, just finish the fucking job. Finish it.
What if you take the trash out, forget to put the bag in, and you have to throw something out? You're just gonna put it in the bin? No bag?
Bag.
If I was
Bag?
to throw something out and there was
Bag?
a trash bag, I would just put a trash bag
But
in
it's
it and
also
shut the
like,
fuck up.
say,
You would probably throw the whole trash can out. Like, let's get this out of here. I don't know what to do.
that will get. What's one that they will get?
Something that relates to women.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but
So
women,
say like a woman is like, oh, let's go out to dinner, whatever, and then you'll be like, okay, like, or she'll
and then
be
it's time to pay the
she'll
bill.
invite you, yeah.
How do you insert the card?
Yeah, things like that. So, or say like she invite like, hey, Lou, let's go out to dinner. Like,
go to dinner.
we'll do whatever. We'll go here and here, and then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, like, in my mind, I'd be like, oh, well, you invited me out. Like, I'll pick you up. We'll go. And then it's like, well, I don't know how to get there. Can you drive us?
Huh?
See, it's like
Just being dumb on purpose so you don't
have to do the
shit.
thing.
No, I understand what weaponized incompetence.
Oh well, you said
No,
That
I
was
get it.
weaponizing your incompetence, making her explain.
No, her specific
Yeah.
scenario of someone saying, if I was going to pick you up, why would you need directions?
Well,
So then you would just end up driving.
And
Weaponized
GPS,
incompetence.
and he wouldn't
Yeah.
get there. So it's a listen. I understand what you're saying.
I have to
And-
GPS
and
around.
Here's my thing. I like to be very competent, and I like to almost like pour my competence all over the situation. So I consider
But a lot
myself
of
very
men
competent.
Don't understand it, and it's very.
And Lou doesn't.
confusing.
Lou, 86 list.
Since it's my turn to speak, and I feel like I haven't.
So
really-
anyway, it's been a great show, and we're glad that everybody's going to wrap it up right now because there's nothing else to talk about.
I would 86 pores. I would 86
The pores.
the pores.
I'll get out of here.
Panhandlers. I just want to say as we close the show up, I speak for the entirety of everyone here. I am anti-poor. I am anti. I'm going to say homeless. I want to 86.
I don't think you say homeless anymore.
Yeah. I want to 86 people saying who are
Unhomed?
like unhomed. Let's 86. You're a loser. So 86 losers, 86 poors, 86 homeless, pro hostile architecture, and let's do everything we can to 86 people from our neighborhoods that just bring our property value and quality of life down.
Can I change my answer?
I hope they all die.
86 low.
86 is supper club.
On that note,
Yeah.
Today's episode.
see you later,
See you
alligator.
next time, Philly.
Thank God.
YUNKJunk!